What's up, you guys? It is that time of the month. We are updating, refreshing my Shop My Stash. So I'm going to quickly run through all of the products that I have been using over the course of the last 3 to 4 weeks, and then we're going to go shop my stash, shop through my makeup drawers, and pick out a new rotation of products to focus on for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So if you're interested, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project planning content, palette themed content, or just chit-chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. It is game day Sunday. I do have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Chiefs game on behind me, so if you notice me like glancing, that's what's going on. My hair, I'm sorry, is like wild. Okay, we're gonna quickly go through all of my products in my drawers. Okay, so I have my First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Priming Moisturizer. This is going in a project, actually. I will leave the projects, like all my project playlists, down below in case you're interested in what, or if you're curious about what products I'm currently panning. I also have my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. I'm almost finished with this, so I'm gonna keep this in just to try and get use out of that and finish that off. I do have my Refi Face Glow and Sculpt Primer. I wanted to pull this back out because I just wasn't a fan of this last year, but I feel like this is like super trendy on TikTok. I did reach for this a few times. It's still nothing special in my opinion. My hair, oh my gosh. I'm gonna put this back. I think I might pull out my NYX Plump It Right Up primer because I'll probably just start reaching for that after I finish this one. Maybe just give myself a few extra, like a head start on using that. But I will be putting back the Refi primer. Okay, you guys, I've been actually embracing not self-tanning lately. So for my foundations, I did not reach for my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrate at all. I do actually plan to self-tan later today, like right as I say that, right? Which this should fit me. This should match me when I do have a bit of a self-tan. So I'm gonna keep this in for another rotation just to try and get a bit of use out of that. I have actually reached for my Chanel Le Beige Tint foundation 2 or 3, maybe 4 times. Do I want to keep this out or put it back? It's just not, it's not my favorite, but it is something that I'm gonna put it back for a little bit because I have reached for this some. I am going to keep in, so I had both of my Merit foundation sticks pulled. I'm going to put back the darker one, but keep the shade Cream pulled. I've actually been reaching for this quite a bit as well. Not the most long lasting, but I do like it. I like it more than I remember liking it. So there's that. As I reach into the way back of the drawer. Oh my gosh, come on. All right, we have the Novelist Skin Realist Tinted Balm next. I actually did reach for this quite frequently. This is a little bit deeper, even deeper? No, not quite as deep as the Tinted Hydrate, but I did reach for this some. So I am ready to put this back. I will keep the Tarte Shape Tape Cloud Coverage pulled just because I don't remember reaching for this at all. I maybe reached for it one time, but also possibly not at all. So I will keep this pulled. And then I thought I had, oh yeah. And then I have my Iconic London Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. I love this. This is absolutely beautiful. And this actually might match me. You know what? I'm gonna keep this pulled because I feel like this will match me at the current shade that I am at. So if my self-tan wears off and I, again, don't immediately hop back on self-tanning, I feel like this will match me quite well. So I'll keep that pulled. And then for my concealers, I was not great about reaching for any of these. The Rose Ink one is definitely way too deep for me and is going to continue to be too deep for me likely until next summertime again. I have mine in the shade LX20, so I'm gonna put that back. I will keep the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I didn't reach for this one at all, and I loved this last year when I was testing it. It also is really, really light, so I feel like it'll be a good match for me, so I'll keep that pulled, and I will put back the NYX Born to Glow. I am currently working on panning the Giorgio Armani, Giorgio Armani Power, like an old concealer in my collection, so I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many concealers, so I'm going to put this back for right now, but we're going to keep this one from Charlotte Tilbury. I do have like my eye products, mascaras and things like that, as well as lip products in here. We can quickly run through the lip products that I have been reaching for, but I'm like, did I last time pull lip products? I think maybe I did. I'm not really great at like figuring out how to use, just because I like mood reach for lip products. Like it's just like what I'm in the mood for, what matches my makeup that day. But I did reach for the Fenty Beauty Riri Gloss Bomb actually quite a bit. I'm gonna keep this in my drawer though, because I feel like it's the perfect shade for this time of year. I will put back the Tarte Maracuja Lip Plump in the shade Poppy, just because that's like a peachy pink, like not perfect for the fall. I have also been reaching for this Kosas Wet Lip Oil in the shade Dip. I'm trying to use this up, so that I will keep. It's like an unofficially trying to pan. That I'm gonna keep in my drawer, as well as the Kosas lipstick in Vegas. I have been working on that in a project, and I have hit my goal, but I'm gonna keep that in. I also have this Rare Beauty Fearless liquid lipstick that is staying in here, and I'm gonna keep in Leo from Lawless because I only reached for this one time. This is a liquid lipstick, getting older in my collection. Let me smell this. It still smells okay. And then I have this from Give Them Lala Beauty. This is the Hydra Gloss in the shade Trippin'. Again, kind of a nice color for this time of year, like this darker, cool toned mauve sort of shade. So those will all stay. The current mascaras that I have going, just to give you guys a bit of an idea. I have this one from What's Up Beauty. I'm not a fan of this. This transfers really, really bad on me, but I'm just trying to get use out of that. On days that I'm like just filming and then like taking my makeup off, I'll wear it because it does make the lashes look nice. It just transfers like right away. And then I also have the Lancome Lash Idole, which I've been really enjoying, as well as this one from Ilia. This one is, I forget which one this is, but this one. Not my favorite, not the Limitless from Ilia, the other one. Then I just have some single shadows in here that I will continue to try and get use on. And then moving into this drawer. Okay, so first up we have bronzers. I have the Marc Jacobs Tantastic, which I have been reaching for quite a bit. Been trying to expand my pan on this for my end of year wrap up when I share with you all the pans in my makeup collection. I'm hoping that this is bigger than when I shared last update. A part of me wants to keep this in rotation. A part of me does, but do I? Yeah, I think I actually will for one more rotation. And I'm gonna keep this. I didn't originally pull this. This is the Nabla Skin Bronzing, but I've been feeling like I cannot do a totally matte bronzer these days. So I will literally layer this on top of the Marc Jacobs. That's what I have going on today. I feel like I look a little bit dirty today, so don't judge me. But I'm gonna keep this pulled as well. I am getting like, I would love to finish this probably early next year. Unrealistic for me to finish it this year, but I'm gonna keep working on Nabla Skin Bronzing in the shape Ambra. I was really not great at reaching for the 3 cream bronzers that I had pulled. I have the one from Rose Inc, as well as Fenty Beauty Butter Biscuit. Maybe I'm gonna put back this cream one, the Fenty Beauty one in Butter Biscuit for right now, and just keep the Rose Inc one in to try and really encourage me to get use out of this, just because I fear that this one is already starting to dry out. So I wanna like actually get use out of it before I have to declutter that. So that one's staying. I have my powders in here. I have my number 7, my Laura Mercier. Those always stay in here. This is not Laura Mercier, sorry. This is my RCMA powder in my Laura Mercier container. And then I also have Hourglass Luminous Light. I have repressed this, you guys, and we are getting down to the bottom of being done with this powder. My hope is to have this done by the end of the year, and it's going quite swimmingly right now. Okay. For blush, I did a nice job of reaching for most of the blushes that I had pulled. I did not reach for Rare Beauty Joy again, but I think I will put this back just because this is definitely more of a summer shade for me. So that is going back. I will keep NYX Sweet Cheeks. I didn't reach for this one at all, so this one will stay. I did reach for my Makeup by Mario Desert Rose blush. I absolutely love this blush. It's one of my favorites in my collection. I am gonna keep this pulled just because I feel like this is the perfect neutral, cooler toned pink for this time of year. So this one is gonna stay, even though I have been reaching for that. I am gonna put back, oh my gosh, that was messy. I'm gonna put back this one from Melt. This is in the shade Golden Hour. It's a really, really beautiful cream blush formula. Very glowy, this really beautiful coral shade, but just not really what, actually, you know what, I'm gonna keep this for one more rotation because I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I feel like I could do, yeah, I'm gonna keep it for one more rotation because I could make this work for this time of year. I am gonna put back my Persona blush in Georgia because I've reached for this so much, like an embarrassing amount. Like I've been neglecting the rest of my warmer blush collection just to reach for this like every day. So this one needs to go back. I am also going to keep Buxom Seychelles just because I know I will just go grab this if I put it away. So I may as well save myself the trip and keep this pulled. It's my perfect cool toned nude blush. Just like the most beautiful. I wear that one so frequently, but like I said, I would just continue to go grab for it if I put it back. So I may as well just keep it pulled. Two other blushes that I will put back. I'm going to put back Bare Minerals Kiss of Copper. I had so much fun reaching for this and forgot just how much I love this blush. But I did reach for this one quite a bit since I pulled this in. So I will be putting this one back. As well as this one from Becca. This is in the shade Songbird. I'm like, do I keep this one actually? Maybe pulled for one more just because I'm like, this is such a beautiful warm bronzy blush for this time of year. I feel like I'll go reach for this if I put this one back. So I think I'm actually going to keep Becca Songbird. Sorry. Okay, moving on to, I have this cream blush that I actually reached for quite a bit as well. This is from Makeup by Mario in the shade Earthy Pink. A really, really beautiful kind of mid-toned pink shade, but I did reach for this one quite a bit, so I'm ready to put this one back. All right, then moving on to highlighters. What are we gonna do? Oh, I think I still actually have a couple of blushes. I do. I will put back the My Dream trio from Natasha Denona. I reached for this a few extra times and this has been in for a couple of rotations, so I'm ready to put this one back. This is a really beautiful trio. I actually do really enjoy that. I will also put back this blush from Honest Beauty. This is in the shade Boxy. Reminds me a bit of Kiss of Copper, but this one is a bit more red, whereas this is a bit more like copper. This is a really, really beautiful blush as well. It has a bit of a glow to it, very pretty, but I have reached for this quite a bit and it's been in for a couple rotations as well, so I'm ready to put that back. And then for highlighters, there's a lot going on for highlights. So I have this one from Artist Couture in the shade Summer Haze. It's the most beautiful loose powder highlight. It's been in for a couple rotations and I've been reaching for it quite a bit, but I'm not ready to put this back yet. I've really been enjoying reaching for this again, and I feel like this has gotten so neglected in my collection that if I'm feeling inspired to reach for it, then like I want to reach for it. So this one's gonna stay. I will also keep this one pulled because I've only reached for it 1 or 2 times since rolling this in. It is from Makeup Forever and it's the Pro Light Fusion Blush. I think this is in the shade 1. It's a really beautiful pink blush, kind of icy. I'm gonna put back Bobbi Brown Pink Glow because I reached for this way too much and should try and get some use out of my other pink highlighters. But this is one of my favorite highlights in my entire collection. Oh, I forgot that I pulled this. I didn't reach for this at all. It's the Fenty Beauty powder, Pro Filter powder in the shade 170. I just have neglected this all year, so I wanted to pull this to get a little bit of use out of this, but I forgot about this. So this will stay. I am gonna put back Kaleidos Rave Rider. I actually did reach for this quite a bit, and this is a bit chunkier of a highlight with like a little bit of like glitter particles going on, so not my most favorite, and I reached for this quite a bit, so that will go back. What to do with this one? My Natasha Denona Glow. I have been reaching for this. I do want to expand the pan on this one, which is why I'm like now torn. I think I actually might keep this one for a little bit longer just to see if I can expand the pan just a wee bit more before the end of the year, but just know I finally have been reaching for this one again. But this one I think I'll keep in rotation. I do have both the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlight as well as the Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. I have been reaching for the Spotlight Liquid Highlight quite a bit actually. It's so beautiful, especially if I'm doing like underpainting, just the way that it illuminates through my foundation. I absolutely love, but I should put this back and I'm gonna try and prioritize this one a little bit because this one is older in my collection. If I didn't say, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand highlighter. So this is gonna stay. And then is that it? Oh, I also have ColourPop Lunch Money, which I think I only reached for 1 time, so I'm gonna keep this in rotation. I believe that is everything that was in my drawers. Now it's time to shop my stash. Okay, you guys, we're in the top drawer of my makeup drawers and we're ready to shop my stash. So all of my primers are currently missing from my top drawer because they are all sitting on my desk. I am currently going through and testing out each of the primers in my collection again, just to like regather my thoughts on everything. But I will share with you, these are the last 3 primers I have left to test. I have the Refi primer that I'm still testing out again. I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and then I have the Rare Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch. So these will be my focus primers the next few weeks. And then for concealer and powder, I really am focused on some of the concealers that I'm working on in my project. There, hopefully the lighting's better there. Same thing with powder. I don't necessarily want to grab a powder just because I am so focused on my panning powder, although it's been so long since I've reached into the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. Maybe I'll grab this just to get a little bit more use out of it. And I think I'll also grab my Kosas concealer just to, this is the one I've reached for, like it's been the longest since I've reached for this one, so I'll grab for the Kosas concealer. And then we're good in terms of drawer number 1. Drawer number 2, we have all of my foundations. What do I want to grab for foundation? Ooh, I think I may actually grab my Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. It's been a little bit since I have grabbed for this, and although I do feel like it's a little bit dark for me right now, I could mix it with something a little bit lighter. Do I have something here? Like, what's too... I feel like I've purchased way too many foundations that are like too deep for me. I'm like, what's too light for me? Really just my Chanel Le Beige foundation, which I just put back. And I don't know if these two would mix well together, but maybe I will give this a go. Maybe I'll try this combination and see how I like it. So I'll pull these two, and I think that's gonna be it for the foundations that I reach for. Everything else just looks so dark for me right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to stop buying dark foundations. Yeah, I haven't been self-tanning as much. Okay, well, that's it for this drawer. Shoot, now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, do I need to buy like a really light foundation so that I can mix with stuff? I suppose I can mix with the concealer. Anyway, bronzer drawer. I think I'm gonna grab this one from NARS. It looks like I have, this is my Laguna bronzer. It's one of my oldest bronzers in my collection. I'm just gonna try and get a little extra use out of that. And then I do have my Nabla bronzer, which I'm focused on. I think I'll also grab this one from Patrick Ta. I feel like now that I'm not self-tanning as much, I could get a ton of use out of the She's Statuesque duo, the contour and bronzer duo. I'm gonna grab this, and I'm actually really excited for it. And I think that's all I wanna grab for my bronzer drawer. So moving on to blush. Let's see, I'm definitely gonna grab my Glowish blush in the shade Berry Juicy. I really like a berry toned blush this time of year. I think I'll also grab this one from Physicians Formula. This is in the shade Pink Sands, and this is just a really nice, really light pink blush. But if I want something that's lighter and pink rather than like lighter and a neutral color, this is a great option. So I'm gonna grab that. And then I'll also grab this one from Merit. This is in the shade Raspberry Beret. Another really beautiful kind of berry toned blush, and that one's obviously a cream version. I also feel like it's a good time of year to pull out Ciate Date Night. That is what this one looks like. This is an older blush in my collection, so I'd like to let this one get a little bit more love and use. And then is there another cream or liquid blush I want to grab? It's been a bit since I've reached for Pinkgasm. Yeah, maybe I will grab for pink. No, actually, I'm going to reach for this one from REM. This is in the shade Stage Mom. It's this really warm, neutral blush shade. But I feel like it's a good shade for this time of year. And then I feel like I can get used out of Pinkgasm as we get closer to, like, December. So those are the blushes I'm going to reach for, and we will call it good for this drawer. All right, moving on to this drawer, we have mascara back there, which I don't need a new mascara. We also have eyeshadow primer and some brow products there. I don't need anything from there. But for highlighters, what do I want to grab for highlights? I think I'm going to grab Makeup by Mario's Pearl. Really beautiful, pretty subtle kind of champagne highlight. Definitely lighter, very good for when I'm not self-tanning. So I'll grab for that. And then I think I'll also grab for this one from Rose Inc. just because this guaranteed will go bad more quickly than a lot of my other blush or highlight products. This is in the shade Opalescent. It's a really, really beautiful pink cream highlight. And I do like the formula. I can just tell it's drying out. And then do I want to grab for this one as well? This is Merit Cava. It's a really beautiful light champagne shade as well. I'll grab for this just to have some good options. So I want to grab one more powder highlight. I'm like, I only have one powder highlight. Maybe I'll pull this one from Dior. This is the shade 2 and it's this pink shade. One of my older highlights in my collection, but just fond memories with this one and it's really beautiful. So I'll grab this as well. Okay, moving into this drawer, I have single shadows, one spray, and some lip liners. Do I want to grab some lip liners? Maybe I'll grab this one from ColourPop. This is in the shade Cool BFF for like a cool toned 90s lip look. Just to like give me some motivation to reach for some of my lip liners. And then maybe this one from Inglot as well. This is in the shade 318 and it's a pink shade. And then I think, should I also reach for this one from ColourPop? This is the Super Shock Shadow in the shade Flower Child. I feel like released like in the fall when it did release. So I feel like it's a perfect time of year to reach for this. So I think I will. I don't know, like a part of me like feels like I should reach for this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This one's in the shade Icicle. Maybe I will reach for this and just see if I can get some use out of it. I will also grab this. Okay, moving on to this first lip drawer. We have some lip glosses, some liquid lipsticks. It's kind of a mixed bag. For liquid lipstick, I want to grab, I think this is Monday's or Brick of some sort. It's a really beautiful shade from Dose of Colors. One of them's Mondays. This is Mondays. And then I think this one is Brick. I want to grab for both of these and try and reach for each of them a couple of times. They're a really beautiful vampy, both of them are really beautiful vampy shades. And I actually want to get use out of some of my vampy shades while it's spooky season. So I'm going to grab both of those. Is there anything else from here that what is this? Okay. I feel like maybe I want to grab for this one from Alter Ego. This is in the shade Crush. And I want to get use out of this and see if it's something I want to keep in my collection. Oh, and then I feel like I should also grab for the Stunna lip paint. This I feel like is getting older. You could just see the separation. I shook this one. It's a really beautiful mauve shade. And I feel like I just need to get use out of this. This possibly should get the boot. Like it possibly should be something I declutter at the end of the year, but I don't know if I can get myself to. So I'm gonna try and use it and see how I feel. Okay, then I've been organizing all my lip products and I haven't gotten like the perfect organizer in this drawer, but these are like some of my favorite lip products, especially like these ones. I'm gonna grab for this gloss from Ofra. This is in the shade Pink Panther. This is definitely getting older in my collection and I've been into a pink gloss like this lately. So I would like to try and get some use out of this, maybe finish this before the end of the year. Who's to say, really? And then I think this one from Fenty Beauty, this is in the shade Fenty Glow Fantasy. I feel like this could be a really beautiful shade for this time of year. It's also a mini Fenty gloss, so maybe I could potentially use this one up before the end of the year. And then, do I want to call it good? Maybe I also want to reach for this warm brown shade from Tower 28. We know we love a Tower 28 lip gloss. This is in the shade Chestnut. I will also reach for this. And then I'll call it good for my gloss drawer. You know I can always come back and reach for things. And then the bottom two, oh yeah, this is my drawer. These are lipsticks I'm decluttering. And then I have things that I need to declutter / still review in this drawer down here. So ignore all of this. Okay, and then my last stop in shopping my stash is my lipstick collection. And I know I'm gonna grab my Kat Von D lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow. This is something I definitely want to get use out of this season, as well as shade Sugar Buns from Bite Beauty. I swear there was another one I told myself I really wanted to reach for and grab. I think it was a Kosas one. Okay, I remember what it was. It was MAC D for Diva, which is this one right here. I'm so sorry. I know this is not really focusing, but I'm going to pull this as well for a vampy lip look. And I do believe that should be good. Maybe. All right, just to give me a little extra motivation to reach for some of my lipsticks, I'm also going to grab IT Cosmetics Humble as well, which is this one right here. Okay, you guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's Shop My Stash. I have refilled my drawers. It's looking looking a little bit messy. Here's just a behind the scenes shot. Look how messy my desk is. We've got some cleaning up to do, but I now have new makeup in my drawers for the month of October, and I am so excited to be cycling through some products in my collection, getting use out of what I already have. Would love to know what products you're most excited to reach for this October, but that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting my channel as you guys always do. I appreciate you guys more than you know, and I will catch you in my next video.